Hello, ma'am. I'm joined, ma'am. Calista B, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Gajalakshmi, ma'am.
Good evening. Very warm greetings to all for this third session of Faculty Development Program. Today we are going to learn about a journey from research to publication. Dr. R. Sabin Begum, Assistant Professor, going to share her experience and knowledge about this topic. And I would like to call Mrs. A. Shivarani, Head in Charge, Computer Science Department in our college, to invite our chief guest.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all, one and all present here. I am delighted to welcome our respected chairman, Mr. K. Loganathan sir, Vice Chairman, Mr. L. Naveen Prasad sir, Director Admin, Dr. M. Prabhakaran sir, Director Academic, Dr. V. Karunanidhi sir, our Principal, Dr. V. Uma Devi ma'am, and welcome all faculty members, HODs, and all the participants from various institutions. I am very glad to introduce our Honorable Resource Person, Dr. R. Sabin Begum, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, B.S. Abdul Rahman, Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, having an experience of 14 years. The following are the achievements of our resource person: International Academic Excellence Award 2020-21 by International Institute of Organized Research. Our speaker has published around 3 books and various book chapters. Also published many papers in various reputed journals and presented various papers in conferences, both national and international. We sincerely appreciate your presence during your busy schedules. Welcome you, ma'am. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I hand over this session to our chief guest.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to one and all gathered here. It's my immense pleasure to be here, and I have to give the talk about the research, a journey from research to publication. Here, I first of all thank to the management of New Prince Sri Bhavani Arts and Science College, conveners and program coordinators of this FDP. So that today's the topic is to be as a research to publications. Maximum I am the mini introduction about me. That is, I am Dr. Sabin Begum, that from the B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, working in the Department of Computer Application. So that today's this topic is about which one means research to publications. So maximum we know about that. What is that main objectives of the research? Isn't it? So the research is to be asked in several members having a several sayings about the research. It may consider as a which one means a careful investigation, or it may be a systematic investigation. The investigation purpose is nothing but here this is research. So if you are investigating in a careful manner, or it may be in the systematic manner, the motive of the research is to finding something new according to a branch, or based on your branch, or based on your disciplines. So this may consider as a research here. So the quote from that one familiar person, Redman and Mori, about the research, that research is to be nothing but the systematic investigation. So the systematic investigation, in this sense, we can able to use some level by level executions, and level by level system executions, and level by level we can able to proceed our research, and we can able to find some fact based on your that is a research gap what we have done in the literature review. So based, the research is focused on the basic point of the research is to be start from the only the literature survey. So what we have learned in the literature survey, what we have identified in the literature survey, what we have find out in the research gap in the literature survey, from that point only the research will be starts. So that the research is nothing but we can able to find not a new fact, updated fact also. According to the discipline, we can able to give the new fact that may consider as which one was a research. The same thing that Clifford would do. The research is nothing but there is a different definition. There is a collection of definition also. The Clifford Woody can able to say about the researchers defining the problem, otherwise redefining the problems. The redefining in the sense, all the researchers got able to find out the new facts. We can able to suppose the research having the some of the anyone researchers can able to give the new fact, must definitely research gap must be present there, isn't it? So according to that research gap, we can the other the future researchers can able to find the new findings. According to that, they can able to give the new facts from that beginning itself. Okay, so the defining as well as redefining which one means the problems. And the next thing is nothing but whether we can able to give the formulating hypothesis. The hypothesis in the sense, if you're having the proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence as a starting point of the further innovations. So one researcher has completed their research means it is not the end point. The other researchers can able to take their end point into as a starting point, that may consider as which one was a hypothesis here. So the proposed explanation, that explanation is to be asked which one is evidence for the starting point, and that point can able to be as a new point for the further investigations. Okay, so if you are doing the research, definitely we can able to do a lot of works, not some works, a lot of works. We have to collect the data, and then we have to collect the data, and then we organize the data in the categories wise, and then we have to give some matrices, evaluation matrices to be there. After that, we can able to come for the conclusion. So suddenly within a 6 month or within the 2 months, we can't able to come to the conclusion for the new findings, for the new problems or redefining problems. It can able to take some time to reach the conclusion. So the further process can be discussed in the further PPTs. So the research according to the Clifford would be, so defining or redefining the problems, the hypothesis or objectives you can able to define. After that, you have to collect the data according to the problem, and then the collection of data needs some organizing, organize the data. After that, you have to give the evaluation matrices. The evaluation matrices is in the sense where you have to stop the research. So the matrix is in the sense, so we have find out one conclusion, we have to find out new facts, then we don't know whether it is a correct or not. That time we have to implement some metrics in your research, then only we can able to know where we have to stop your executions. Okay, then after that we have to do some testing, then the prediction can able to come. After that, we have to give some conclusion. That conclusion can able to suit for your objectives, whether the conclusion is to be opt for your objectives or your result is to be appropriate or correct to your objectives. It is a end point of that research. Next, the just a second. So the objective of the research is nothing but the aim of your research. What is the answer you are going to find out for your questions? That may consider as which one means the purpose of the research. The purpose of research is nothing but discover some answer to a question through the application of scientific procedures. So we're having some set of procedures in each and every domain. According to that, we have to formulate or we have to discover some of the answers to the problems that may be the purpose of the research. So here, the first thing is nothing but gain familiarity. so we are going to achieve something, we are going to find out something. So that may consider as which one is this study is to be as objective view. This term is called as an exploratory or formulative studies. If you are gaining some familiarity and you are going to achieve something and we are going to find new fact ones, then that study is may called consider as which one means exploratory or formative studies. So that familiarity in the sense we have to find the new findings. Okay, existing survey existing is there, according to that what we have to find out, that may consider as which one is formulative studies. And second thing is nothing but for example that is individually we can able to work, otherwise collaboratively we can able to work as a group of person or a team of person, according to the situation, according to the characteristics we feel work that may consider as which one is descriptive researchers. So the descriptive research is nothing but whether we can able to work it as individually, or it may be group, or it may be situation, or it may some depends upon the some characteristics, or depends upon some situation. If you have worked together and you give the accurate results, that we consider which one was descriptive research they are giving. And the third one is nothing but depends upon the frequency. Okay, we have to determine which one is the frequency. If you are giving like that means that to determine the frequency, that type of research is may consider as which one means diagnostic research studies. So this diagnostic research studies may be suitable for which who means biologists, that is microbiology, or it may be in medicine field. They may be used which one means diagnostic research studies. And the next one is nothing but we can able to know there is a causal relationship between the variables. Okay, so that may consider as which one is hypothesis. Hypothesis is testing. So the hypothesis testing is nothing but whether we have to give some gap for the future investigators. Okay, that consider as which one is hypothesis testing. And the next one is that is if you are suppose the studies on ongoing progress like planning or schemings or integrated rural development programs, if you are having ones, that may consider as which one means the last one, research aid planning, as and this contributes to the national development. So these are the five purposes, five objectives that we given. The first one is to be asked which one means exploratory or formulative research, and second one is nothing but the descriptive, and third one is diagnostic, fourth one is hypothesis, and last one is nothing but it may be a casual thing, rural development programs, integrated programs, otherwise planning some schemes and ongoing programs for the studies. That type of research is to be considered as a last thing. So this may consider as which one the purpose of the research. So for each and every findings, for each and every topics, or you are finding out the problem is, definitely we need the aim of a research or objectives of the research. So the first, the objectives of the research are to be finded out, then we can able to plan the path how to reach that conclusion. So the aim or purpose of the research is to be important. Which type of research you are going to do, that is also very important. So it must be in clear, then only the next step is to be without hurdles we can able to reach the conclusion. Okay, and this may be because this is a basic type. Actually, the types of research we are shown in the diagram, it is a basic thing. So the descriptive research, analytical research, applied research, fundamental research, and then quantitative, qualitative, and empirical. So whether nowadays what's happened, the research is to be as a one of the part of the academic activity in each and every colleges. Definitely the peoples are to be involved in the researches. It may be considered as one of the academic activity. What is the reason means, if you are going for the NAC, otherwise if you are going for the NBA accreditation, they are mainly focused more points in the research. So maximum the staffs are to be involved or give more interest to the which one means a research. For researchers, there is the funded projects applying, and then patents and publications, these things. So whether the initial stage, we have to know what is the types, what is the types of researchers, in which area we are going to do that research. So there are giving the 7 types of researchers here. So it may be considered as the academic part of the view. So it can have it having some of the having the technical sense actually. So excuse me. So here that 7 types are given. The first type we just take us as a descriptive research. So this type of research is used for which one is business analysis, or it may be social problems. So this type of that type of problems we can able to come under the categories of which one means descriptive researches. And here we having which one means some of the variables or parameters, or it may be some letters can able to use it for the descriptive researches for control over. And it can able to just try to represent, or it may be analyze which one means a previous as well as which one means correct current fact. So it describes which one means this research. And we can able by using this descriptive research, what are the tools we can able to use means correlation method, otherwise survey methods, and we can able to do the comparative study methods or to be involved in the descriptive researches. So mainly this descriptive research can able to focus on the business analysis. For example, whether the commerce departments can able to do the descriptive research service. So that the survey method is very useful in the descriptive search. Suppose, for example, the questionnaires are to be passed to some set of people, then you can able to collect that answer from the questionnaires by using the Google form. After that, you can able to consolidate that answers. Then we can able to write the paper, and then we have to submit that paper to any one of the journals. It is the simplest one actually. So for the real time, if you're creating the questionnaires in the Google form, it may takes only 10 to 15 minutes. And then if you're circulating that form to the other faculties, otherwise other colleges, otherwise to the public, whatever it may be, it may takes it if you give the time of 10 to 15 days. Likewise, means definitely at least few members, nearly 100 or 200 or 300 members can able to fill that form. After that, you just close that close the responses, then you have to consolidate that thing. Then depends upon the answers given by the public, we can able to write the paper, and you have to submit that paper to the publication. So depends upon the survey method, we can able to do some research that we consider as a descriptive search research. And next one is analytical research. So this analytical research, it may be uses in the existing information actually. There is a present information. Then it can able to explain the complex problems. There is a complex phenomena, we can able to say like this also, complex phenomena, or to perform a critical evaluation, that may be considered as analytical researches. So by using this analytical research, we can able to identify the hypothesis that may be accepted or it may be rejected. So the hypothesis can able to be accepted or it may be rejected, depends of which one is analysis only. Okay, suppose that a hypothesis is to be rejected means, then we have to redefine data. So okay, then within this analytical research, many observations from the historical data, historical studies, as well as forensics works, and in the medical domain also they can able to use which one is this type of analytical researches. And this analytical research is to be summarize and evaluate the that is evaluate that ideas in the historical researches, as well as witness for the literature sources, and to document to the past events. That is we consider as a comprehensive model. The data can able to be presented as a comprehensive model that may be considered as an analytical research. So the existing information can able to give it in the complex manner means, then that for example, this analytical research can able to done by the medical field. Okay, and that may consider as which one means a comprehensive comprehensive research is comprehensive model. So there is a second one. And third thing is that thing but the applied research. So in this applied research, maximum this may be occurred in the industries or it may be in the society. So immediate specific problems are faced by the society, or immediate solutions are to be needed, means we can able to go for the applied researches. So here it can able to obtain the solution for the specific problem, and it may be a duration is to be very short, as well as you easily we can able to take the solution for the expected questions. And here maximum that search type of algorithms, that is a computer science field or engineering domains, can able to use this type of research actually. Suppose for example, whether the patient having the cancers or not, otherwise whether within the 2 to 3 days the rain will come or not, the forecasting, otherwise what is the air pollution in the air. So this type of research within the short term period we can able to get the result, means we can able to use the that is a applied research. And next one is a fundamental research. There is a basic type of research, okay, that called as a basic type of the basic type of research. There is a fundamental research here. There is no immediate need is here. There is no immediate situation or solutions to be there. So this is a theorem. New theorems can be able to added according to the knowledge clusterings. Okay, so this fundamental research does not having any practical applications, but if you are taking the applied research or analytical applied research, definitely the practical problem, practical applications must be there. You have to implement it in the practically. So real time use cases are to be there. They may consider as which one is applied, but in the fundamental may not have which one is practical applications. Okay, so it have be there is but the fundamental research having the broader scope as compared to the which one means applied researchers. So that may consider as which one means a fundamental, basic, or it may be considered as a pure research. And next one is nothing but the quantitative research. So in this quantitative research, it involves the measurements of quantities that may consider as a quantity, okay, measurement of quantities of characteristics that make that type of research study is called as a quantitative search. So here what's happened, it may assumes like this. It may assumes that the world is stable, okay, and so uses some statistical analysis on parameter values as well as having conclusions. The statistical quantities can be measured by using this. That may consider as a quantitative research. The quantitative in the sense involves the measurement of quantitative, okay, and maximum nowadays the quantitative research has to be going around the world. Okay, and the next one is the next research is nothing but the qualitative research. So this may deals the quality of type of the parameter. Actually it is not the quantitative, it's a qualitative. So the type of the parameter considered for the research, that's a very important here. And here that is it may be related to the human behavior also. Best example is something which we can able to related to the human behaviors. It's very complicated, as well as it requires more guidance too. I mean, compared to the quantitative, qualitative is to be little bit tedious. Okay, so it may be more complicated, as well as need more guidance also. It focus which part means individual actually. So qualitative in the sense whether it can able to focus each and individual specifically, and it is more complicated when compared to the quantitative research. That may consider as which one means quantitative here. And the last one is nothing but the empirical research. So this empirical research realize the experience of the observation allowed here. So whether it may be that is without due regard of which one means systems and theory. It is a data-based research actually. So it coming up with one conclusion as well as verified by the observations, or it may be a experiment. So in this type of research, the researchers must provide the working hypothesis actually. The researchers should give which one is working hypothesis, or guesses as a probable result that may consider as a empirical research. So these are the 7 types of research. Definitely that if the engineering streams can go for the applied research, and for the medical field can able for the analytical research, and commerce can able prefer which one was descriptive research, and fundamental research in this sense whether it is a basic thing does not having any applications here. So it's a basic thing only, so existing thing ought to be there. And qualitative and quantitative, we suppose if we are using the analytical or applied research or descriptive, definitely we are using this quantitative and qualitative, which is a sub criteria. Without that qualitative and quantitative, we can't able to do the applied or analytical research. Okay, so these are the 7 types of researchers. According to our domain or branch, we can able to guess it. The next one is nothing but the characteristics of research. So the characteristics in the sense, the research is a systematic and critical investigation into the phenomena actually. So each and every step must be followed by the researchers. If they skip anyone's steps in the research, it doesn't producing a good result, good conclusions. The predictions are maybe wrong. So whether the conclusion is to be not 100% accurate, not 100% wrong, it gives some flaws also. Okay, whether if you are finding a new fact, whether the accuracy of a fact is to be as a 90 months, then the remaining 10% is the error rate. We can't able to give up the 100% accuracy for your new findings. Isn't it? So the systematic in the sense whether we have to follow all the research design, then only we can able to come for the solution. Whether if they're skipping any one of these steps in the research design, automatically the accuracy rate is to be lesser. Okay, and whether there is the research is not a mere complication actually, but it is a purposely investigation. So its aim is to be as describing something or interrupting something and explaining some phenomena in that research. So it can able to adapting which one means some scientific methods, whether that objectives and logical, or it may be applying a possible test to the validate and measuring the tools, and we can able to give the conclusion. Without the objectives, without the validation, without the evaluation matrices, we can't able to give the conclusion. So we have to follow some systematic things, then only we can able to give the accurate results. And logical, that is we have to follow that principles of each and every steps. So suppose for example, if you are taking the evaluation, that is a validation in the research design, we have to validate your data, not only the single tool. You can able to comparing that result to more than 2 tools or more than 2 algorithms. For example, if you are having in the computer science field, if you are taking a KNN algorithm for predicting the whether the person having the cancer or not, if you are choosing the KNN algorithm, the accuracy is to be as 97%, then that error rate is to be as a 3%. And then simultaneously, the other algorithms, for example, you take this that is a SVM algorithm, support vector machine. So you have to compare whether by using the support vector machine algorithm, how much accuracy and how much error rate. Whether the SVM having the 98% accuracy and 2% is to be as a error rate. Then we have to compare that KNN algorithm as well as the SVM algorithm. Which one having the high accuracy? Then we have to which one having the high accuracy? Then we can able to take that one as a good one. So in according to that research, comparison is to be very important. The comparison must be as a logical, that comparison having the some principles. Okay, and the third one is nothing but the empirical. Okay, so empirical is nothing but whether the conclusion, if find out new fact means, then it definitely needs some evidence, definitely where you have to take. So for example, you are going to use one data set for your algorithm. So for example, whether you are going to do whether that weather forecasting reports. Okay, so you will take that data set from the Kaggle. Okay, the Kaggle already having it's a data set repository. You are going to take the data set from the Kaggle. Okay, then we are implementing the data sets in your algorithm, and then we are giving the prediction whether within the 2 days the rain must be come within the Chennai or within Chengalpattu, or it may be in Kanjipuram. So I'm giving that conclusion rates. Okay, then the observation is also must be there, whether within that 2 to 3 days whether that rain will come or not, the observation must be done. So by using that, okay, without how it can able to done by that algorithm or by that thing means, because of the past history, it can able to check that data set to the past history. So we can able to splitting the data set into as a testing data set as well as the training data set. So already the observations are there, depends upon the observation only we are going to predicting something. Okay, so that empirical is nothing but whether it can the researchers must provide himself the working hypothesis. Without the working hypothesis, can't able to give the prediction. So the characteristics are to be of the research. And the next one is nothing but the objectivity. The research question, the aim of a research must be a simple as well as the clear and replicable. Replicable is nothing but whether the new fact as well as the new finding or updated finding in your research means definitely replication must be there, isn't it? So that's why we have to check whether your idea is to be new or not. So that's why we are taking which one means literature review. So if you carefully go through the literature review, then we can able to find out whether your idea is to be new. Otherwise, that idea must be implemented by others or not. Okay, then transmittable. So whether you are finding you find out the solution or we find out the conclusion, then we definitely go for the publication or patent or publication, and then the patent filing and then patent grant. So everything we can able to pass to the next step. And the next one is nothing but the quality control. Accurate measurement must be there, whether we can't able to give the false result into as true. Somebody says whether the result is to be false, but you will prove, suppose you will prove the result is to be true means it is a false belief. Actually, we have to say in the computer science a false true. Okay, so the quality is also important. So these are the characteristics of which one means the researchers, and these thing is nothing but why we are going to do the research. So as I said in the starting, whether the research is to be as an academic activity, it may be considered as an academic activity nowadays. So the research degree is to be must. The research degree is to be must now. And then we have to face the challenges in this sense. Face the challenges in this sense whether the false belief is there, isn't it? Suppose one person can able to give that result is to be that result is not come to a give the proper result means, then other researchers find out the research gap, and then they can able to give this result producing the correct result. Definitely some conflict ought to be there. Okay, there is a solving the unsolved problems. And the next one is nothing but whether we have to desire which one is creative work. Once you have completed our PhD degree, then we have to work after onwards also. For what a reason we have to updating ourselves. For some creativity work we have to give some publications. The publication must be in the SCA and the publication must be in the Scopus. Otherwise your publication in the Web of Science. So if you want to publish the papers, that is in the publish the paper months, we need some creative works. We need some creative ideas. Okay. That is to be very important. Once you are published the papers, if your grant, your patent is to be filed, and then filed months, then it move for which one months a grant is sent. It then depends upon your research finding what is your service to the society. In all our PhD Viva, this question is to be mandatory. Actually, maximum all the examiners will ask this one: what is the service to us according to our research? What is the service to the society? So we have to give some service to the society about our work, isn't it? That thing. And then expectability and directives of government employment as well as the conditions. Okay, and the next one is why do research? Okay, so that first one is nothing but the validate intuition. The intuition is nothing but ability to understand. That may consider as which one means validate intuition. Okay, then the next one is nothing but how we are going to improve the methods. Okay, so in which way we are going to implement that, find out that problem solution, that may consider as a improve methods. And the depends upon the research how we can able to demand for the jobs. And lastly we go for which one is publications as well as the patent or patent. Okay, so the next thing is whether how we can able to choose a subject in the sense whether the different domains are there, isn't it? Whether we have to completing a PG, after that we are going to do the PhD, the same domain only we to be there. Whether we have commerce, it was studied M-Commerce, then we are going to the same stream. In PhD, the same stream. In the computer science, the same thing idea. So based on which is what stream depends upon that only we can able to find out the research gap, and then only we can able to do the research on that particular topic. Okay, and what you have studied, that is that is a previous research experience is not to be there actually before the PhD. So once we have to step into the PhD, then only we can able to gain some knowledge about the research, and at that time only we know what is the literature survey and what is the publication, what is that review articles, and how what is the book chapters. These things only that time only we can able to aware. That time we, if you have studied a lot of papers, then only we can able to find out the problem for our research. So originality is to be very important there. So in the previous that is an after the fourth slide I discuss about that which one is research design. So research design is to be very important. Systematic approach is to be very important. Systematic approach in this sense is very simple. These things we have to do actually. Just a minute. So that plan strategy and then time and budget. So plan is nothing but whether we have which one. That is what is our problem, what is our findings, that may be considered as a plan. So once you find the problem, then what is the method you are going to follow up. Okay, that is a plan here. So how we can able to solve the problem. Okay, that is the plan here. Then strategy in this, by using which approaches, by using which method you are going to reach that goal, you are going to reach the conclusion, or you are going to reach the fact, that may consider as which one is a strategy here. And the third one is very important, time and budget. Okay, so the time and budget in the sense whether within 3 years I have to complete this project, and the budget is only this much, so we can't able to exceed this amount, that may be considered as a time and budget. So plan is very important. Once you planned, once you identified your problem, then we have to know this is the problem and what is the method to solve that problem. So that is called as a strategy. So if you have to take that strategy, any one particular strategy, definitely you have to complete the that is a project, or it may be a research within the time as well as the budgets. That is a research design. And then the objectives, if you design means the objective must be a very simple. The problem statement you identified means that is to be very simple. So if you're having the for example, if we done in the PhDs, and that is one problem you have to identify. After that, you have to you have which one means subcategories of data. At least 3 objectives we have to give in the thesis. So more number of sub partitions is to be more difficult. So we can't able to complete your research at the duration time. Okay, and what are the opportunities if you have everything, we have to utilize data. So the opportunity in this sense, according or relevant to our research, what are the conferences and what are the workshops and what are the seminars so are to be conducted by the other colleges or other universities. So depends upon that, you have to gain the knowledge from the conference, from the workshop, from the seminars. Everything is available in the internet. That's correct. But we have to gain knowledge means we have to use different resources. One of the resources is sharing the knowledge. Sharing the knowledge is to be occurred only in the conferences. So once we present the paper, means definitely some questions will be arise from the audience. That time we can able to know. So this type of question also we can they may asked in the viva voice, or it may be in the research proposal submission, or it may be in the grant interview. So likewise we can utilizing that opportunity. Otherwise we can able to get the help from our senior colleagues as well as the experienced researchers. We can able to get the help from these people, from the experienced people. They give the immediate result for your problems. Okay, so this is the literature search actually. As I discussed in the previously, we have to find out our idea is to be original or not. So whether we have to find out whether your research or your problem is to be new or not, means definitely you have to do the literature survey. So we have to get the articles. Okay, get the article in the sense, for example, if you are if you find one problem, so you are going to do research in the machine learning or deep learning or artificial intelligence anyway. So if you are taking the paper, taking the papers from the internet, maximum we have to refer which one was Springer publishers, Elsevier publishers. Okay, so if I download that paper and if you see that what is to be presented in that paper, what is the methodology they are followed and what is the conclusion they are given, as well as we have to listen the references also, what the references are quoted by the author, we have to refer that references. Then we have to find out some research gaps from that paper. Okay, so we need the base paper, isn't it? So we have to choose the base paper. By the base paper, we have that base paper having the lot of references. Definitely that each and every paper at least having 60, 70, 80 references. So we have the references, the reference papers also we have to go through that. So definitely we have the collected more than 80 paper collection. Depends upon that, you have to organize that. Okay, so the one category from the supervised learning, some paper from the unsupervised learning, some paper from the reinforcement learning. So likewise you have to categorize. After that you have to study that paper, then you have to find out the research gap, then we have to find out the problems in this one. Okay, once the objective is to be clear, then we can able to proceed to our work. Okay, so what is the steps? Once you once you having the problem in your hand, okay, then what the steps we have to do? The first thing, literature survey. Choose a subject is already done. Literature survey is very, very, very important. Literature survey is to be important. Depends upon the literature survey only we can able to find the problems. Okay, the objective we can able to find out. And then we have to prepare the synopsis. Synopsis in the sense, by using which method and by using which methodology we are going to use to solve the problems. But once you that is travel to the half of the path, half of the way, then we will think of the different opinion. Okay, that thing also can able to implement in that actually. Okay, prepare the synopsis. After that, what are the material, what are the methodology we are going to use for that to solve the problem, and design that, and then implement that, and executing that, and then you have to give the which one means measurement in the sense, okay, the measurement is to be detailedly given in the upcoming slides actually. So accurate measurement you have to give, and data collections. After that we have to give which one is testing and verification. Lastly go for which one is conclusion. So these are the basic steps for which one is for the research actually. So first you have to find out the problem can able to find it from the literature survey. We have to find which one is research gap. Depends upon that we have to find out the problem is to, once you find means, then go for which one means which methods we are going to use, methodology we are going to use, then what is the findings and what is the result and conclusion. Then we have to prepare the documentation. So these are the steps are to be in the research actually. So say this when process of research is a formal training actually. First you need the question, that is a problem, or it may be objectives, that may be considered as a first one. question or it may be a problem. And second one, so one goal I have to identify what is a sub goal for that, that is called as a second one, formulate goals or it may be a objectives. And third thing is nothing but you find out the objective, then go for the plan, then go for the design, how we can able to achieve the conclusion, how we can able to get the conclusion. Okay, so then the fourth one, once the plan and design is to be over, then the generate which one is research results, and lastly we have to give which one is conclusions. So these are the 5 processes to be maintained in the research actually. So once you got the problem, then only we can smoothly travel to the conclusion part. Whether the problem is having the originality, then only the conclusion also having the same effect. Okay, that's why the literature review used to be very important. Okay, so research article writing, the same thing here. That is a once you completed everything, then you have to choose what publication is to be very, very important. So at the time of research article writing, find the suitable journals first of all, and then you just follow the instruction what they are giving. Okay, and then depends upon the instruction, you have to write the article, and then what are the titles, affiliations, everything depends upon the particular journal, what the instruction is to be posted in the website. According to that, we have to write which one means article. So what is the abstract and what's the keyword and what is the originality of a paper and what is the methodology were used and what is the finding, what is the result and discussions, and lastly we have to do the acknowledgement as well as the references. Then we have to definitely for once you submit the paper to the publication, you must check the plagiarism of a paper. It's very important there, and the plagiarism is important as equal to which one is grammar check. It's very, very because recently there is which one 2 months before I submitted a paper in Indus Science actually. Okay, the plagiarism is only 12%, but my paper is rejected from that Indus Science. What is the reason? You know that clearly they are given in the that is in first step itself my paper is rejected. So the reason is to be as which one means the structure of the paper is to be not appropriate to the journal, not the topic. Structure of a paper is not appropriate to the journal. So so we have to submit. We are submitting the paper to the journal means definitely we have to. The plagiarism is very, very important because maximum people are focused only the plagiarism. How many percent of plagiarism is 50%? That is a 15%, 12%. Okay, definitely the journal will accept our paper. We think like that only, but they are focusing which one is focus. That is a structure of the paper. Okay, we have to follow some ethics. So what is the ethics of that particular journal? So then another one reason is nothing but so per year or per month, this much of papers only acceptable by the whom is that publisher. Exceeding that means some journals go for the rejection of the paper. So we have to go through everything about the publisher as well as the journals, then only we have to post your paper in the journal. Okay, there is authorship as well as the ethics, and this is the research report actually. So the same thing, once you know about the research, then the same thing to be there, then the problem identification, literature review, and then what's that methodology were followed and which type of research we are having. That is the empirical research or maybe descriptive research or it may be applied analyticals, and depends upon that we have to give some discussions. There is a findings, then conclusion. After that you have to give some references. So these things I discussed in the types of research itself. The exploratory, descriptives, diagnostic research as well as the hypothesis research once again. So within this, to write you this way, writing a research paper. Okay, the writing a research paper is art actually. If you are writing something means definitely it is the art. So first of all, you are going to write the research paper means definitely we have to know you have to choose your topic very carefully. Okay, so that is a choose a topic very carefully. Okay, then you have to think what is going to be give in that paper and do's and don'ts. Okay, what we have to do in that paper and you don't want to do unnecessary things we have to avoid in that paper. Clearly we have to write that matter and present it in the paper, and whether the domain is very important. Okay, whether that paper is belongs to engineering or there is a engineering streams. Okay, it may be as a mechanical streams, mechanical papers, mechanical engineering papers only we have to submit up. The computer science papers won't post it in the journals. But nowadays what's happening, maximum or the interdisciplinary papers, interdisciplinary journals are there, and most of the papers are to be accepted from all these streams, but it is not worthy actually. Suppose if you are going for the promotion months, okay, so that time your publication in interdisciplinary journals, it is not countable actually. Okay, so once you publish your original paper in a correct journal, so don't go for which one means interdisciplinary journal, otherwise there is interdisciplinary journal, there is other domain journals. Okay, so if you are having a paper in a nanoscience means, you just search relevant to the nanoscience journal. If you're having the paper about the cloud means, then you go for the cloud journal. So according to that only you have to submit. Originality of the paper is there means, definitely don't go to publish the paper in the interdisciplinary. Okay, so if you are choosing your topic, then it must be having which one means a narrow thing. Okay, start board and let your research take your narrow one. Definitely your topic must be having the originality. Okay, it must be uh, contribute something to the society. Okay, and where the source you have to get it. Choose a topic wisely. That's maybe a three things. Choosing what topic is very important. One is the breadth, and next one is originality, and next one is nothing but the source. Okay, we are discussing about the breadth, isn't it? The first one, the researchers take you narrow. So the narrowing your topic in the sense whether focus on particular type or class. We have to focus a particular type or it may be a particular class, as well as we can able to go for certain aspects, that is particular stream also. Okay, the stream in the sense whether biological field or it may be economic or computer science field, whatever it may be. So once you submit, suppose for example, once you wrote the paper, then you submit the paper to the journal months, then definitely we are you are submitted within the free journals. You are submitted in the free journals, then it may take nearly free journals means at least 6 months or 8 months. Only the first response will come from the journal, whether your paper is to be accepted or your paper is to be rejected. This type of information will come after 6 months or after 7 months. So that's why what's happened nowadays, the researchers can go for which one is paid journals. For example, whether if you're taking the SCA journals months, it may take some more money. That is, we have to pay the more money. If nowadays a Scopus also have a lot of paid journals in the Scopus, but all are having the high publication cost actually. Okay, if you're having the time means, definitely you can able to submit the paper only in the free journals. So if you go for the promotion or if you go for the this migration, what are it may be, that free journals having the added advantages in your profile actually. Okay, so that is to be asked which one means, focus on your aspects as well as focus on your time period, and then focus on your which one is population. So these things are to be combined means, that may consider as one new topic we can able to produce, that may consider as which one narrowing your topic actually. The writing process in the sense, we have to outline first. Okay, we have to plan first, then you write that thing in the draft in the sense, roughly you have to do. If you suppose if you sit and write the new paper months, it definitely it may takes more than 15 days. minimum. It's maximum, it's depends upon our time. So first we need the outline, and next we have to do which one is some rough draft. So what are the things we have to put? So there is a rough draft you have to do. After that you go through that paper, means definitely we want some revision in your paper, then we will revise, after that edit, and then only we can able to come for the conclusion, isn't it? So that may consider as which one means writing process. Writing in the process, if now onwards what's happened, whether some tools are to be there to a tool for the researchers. So whatever those who are to be in the different field, it may be commerce or it may be mathematics or it may be statistics department, whatever it may be, definitely that people can able to produce that the soft copy to the publisher, or they can able to submit the soft copy to the journal. So definitely they have to know about the computers and software, and the data visualization is very, very important for all these streams. So what's happened, automatically they come and learn which one is some of the technical tools in the computer. Okay, for example, statistics department, okay, for statistics or mathematics department, so they have to submit the paper. They are having one original paper, the originality is there, then they want to submit the paper in SCI journals once. Definitely they have to do some innovation in that one. Innovation in the sense, data visualization must be important. They have to put the graph, they have to put the plots, or they have to use some graphics visualization in that paper. So definitely they have to learn some researching tools. Nowadays what's happened, that before we there is before 5 to 10 years, we want to put the graph or we need some chart, means we go for the MS Excel. So in that MS Excel, we have to give the value, then the chart, and then what type of graph we need, we can able to employ in that, and then we can able to paste it in the research paper. Nowadays, what's happening? There is maximum people's well known about this R programming language in computer science, Python and R programming. Okay, Python is okay, but suppose that is if you have a time to learn the R programming, means data visualization is very, very easy for you actually. Suppose we have, for example, just a minute. Just few minutes, please. So if you see this, so suppose you are going to draw one pie chart. Okay, so your findings is over, then you have to give some visualization to your findings. Okay, so that time you have to need which one was some pie chart for your findings. It's very simple actually, only 2 lines coding. That is this line, this is x is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, and pi of x. This only 2 line coding. These 2 lines are the command line. So just type the 2 lines in the R programming. It may use a good lookable pie chart to you actually this time. So this type of data visualization is to be very familiar in R programming actually. So just we are giving us which one means x, that is a variable, and then c is nothing but which one is concatenation or combine 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so this one is to be considered as the 10 that is occupy the 10 percentage, the 2 occupies the 20 percentage, 3 occupies the 30 percentage, 4 occupies the 40 percentage. Pi of x, this is a pie chart, that's why we use a pi of x means automatically use the chart. So the data visualization is very, very, very important at the time of presenting in this sense, giving in the research articles. Okay, as like that, whether if you see this one bar chart. So bar chart is to be in Excel also we can able to draw the bar chart. Suppose a lot of values are to be there once. I give only as 4 values, but lot of values to be given given in the bar chart means it looks which one means complicated, isn't it? So in the R programmings or in the R programming, we are having the enormous data visualization tool, actually box plot, histogram, okay, correlation matrices, this type of things are to be there. So we can efficiently and effectively we can able to produce which one means our data findings or findings of our research can able to effectively produced in the R programming. For example, if you see this diagram, time series actually, this type of findings conclusions can be able to give within a 4 to 5 lines. See this is a stock rate, actually stock rate from the January month to December month. So we can able to plot this one in the time series, actually. So easily we can able to draw this type of visualization within the 2 to 3 minutes. So maximum all the field peoples can able to learn one of the statistical packages, means it may be very easy to conclude your research papers, and easily we can able to, suppose if you're going to present in the your paper in the conference, means we can able to visualizing the data or visualizing your findings very easily to the people. Okay, so the my suggestion is what are the field, it may be other than the computer science field peoples are to be there, means definitely we must learn we must learn one of the important visualization tool, because everything is to be very easy now, don't want to take much time to producing the data visualization techniques. So lively we can able to show your result, we can able to attract the audience, we can able to attract the customers, so easily we can able to do these things. Okay, so the data visualization is also main important in this way. Okay, that is a writing process. So first we have to give the outline, draft, revise, as well as edit. The after, if you are producing this one, the visualization is very important. So the visualization is very important in the sense we have to elaborately we can able to give, and lively we can able to give the your findings to the audience. Okay, so that is to be asked which one means this is the four writing practices in the which one means research, as well as if you are writing the article or writing the papers or whatever it may be. So these things are to be important, and I conclude this one by only one suggestions. You definitely we have to uh, that is a complication must be in the research, but how we can able to easy data, how we can able to complication is converting into as a easy manner. Okay, so lot of availability present in the net, and then little bit time we have to spend for learning, actually. So easy things can able to done easy within a fraction of second. So if you have time, try to learn the art programming for the data visualization. So up to this I conclude my talk. If there is any queries, kindly ask the queries.
Thank Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, you explained clearly about the meaning of research and definition of the problem and formulate the hypothesis and collection of data and how to analyze the data and how to that is how to publish the how to publish the papers within this short period of time. We learned a lot, and I'm that is I did my research work in EVS, ma'am, that is in stock market detail, that is based upon the stock market. Now I have an idea to explore the R with your help. We are based upon your informations. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Uh, now I request Dr. Kalista Bibi, head of the department in computer application, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. This gives me immense pleasure to deliver vote of thanks. I would like to thank our management for arranging such a wonderful faculty development program. And on behalf of IQAC team, I would like to thank our resource person, Dr. R. Sabin Begum, for her excellent session. The presentation and the way she delivered the concept is really awesome. The topic covered about what is research and how to find the research gap and how to investigate a research work was really informative. She also briefly explained about types of research, characteristics, and how to start a new research without any idea regarding the problem. The way she explained about finding the problem, the process of research has been clearly explained. This session definitely an eye-opening for new researchers who are in a position to start this research work, how to publish their articles. Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful session. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants from various institutions for joining Day 3 Faculty Development Program. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to the management as well as program conveners, program coordinators, staff members of New Prince Sri Bhavani Arts and Science College. Thank you to once again, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Here, all the participants are asked to submit the feedback form. We share the feedback link here. So all are asked to submit the feedback form.